We are live.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 4
Wow.
of the SC Tutorial Show. I'm your host, El Trouble. Joined with me is our special guest for the day. He is a Hugo101, if you guys don't know. He's actually been a long-time Super Turbo player. I think he started in Super Turbo in Alpha 2.
Yes.
And very few people know that about you. Most recently, of course, he's been playing a lot of AE and Cross Tech and a whole bunch of other games. And most notably, he got second place at SCR against Infiltration, so pretty good. So yeah, today we'll be covering how to counter Fireball. So if you guys remember, last week we covered how to use Fireball, how to utilize the Fireball, different examples of how each character uses the Fireball. For example, Guile uses it mainly to kind of zone and control space and kind of force the other person to react, and depending on what they do, they'll react in turn. Whereas guys like Sagat, they just do tiger shots, man. They just zone the hell out of you. So today we're going to cover how to actually counter the Fireball swing. So the first thing I want to cover is something known as Bulldogging, which is something where you just kind of walk up, block, walk up, block, walk up, block. Now it sounds simple, but it's actually kind of difficult to perform in an actual match. Let's see. So let's see, who should we pick? Can you play Honda by any chance?
Sure.
Alright, let's go for it.
Okay.
So what Hugo101 here is just going to do is walk a block. Now, while this might not seem very effective, what it helps does is kind of establish the Fireball pattern. So if you walk, he's taking a lot of chip damage, but it doesn't matter because he's kind of getting a read on the kind of fireballs I'm using, which ones I'm using, the speed of which I'm using it. And when you know what kind of fireball's coming your way, it makes it a lot easier to counter. It also establishes that, you know, it shows the other person that you're not afraid of the Fireball, which is very, very important. Because a lot of characters like Honda, you know, this matchup is very bad for Honda. But it's good to establish early on that you're not afraid of the Fireball, that you're willing to fight the fight and walk up and, you know, get in the zone.
And if you can get a good read on one of the fireballs, say like this, you automatically get in and, you know, you can set up your mix-up.
Yeah, exactly. So just keep throwing fireballs. See, and all of a sudden Honda's winning. And in Super Turbo, life leads everything. Life leads absolutely everything. It completely determines which options you're able to use in a match. So, besides that, there's a few important rules that you need to learn when dealing with the Fireball. Number one is that each Fireball speed, they do different pushbacks.
Yes.
Right? So if I do a jab pushback, it'll push it back a little bit. But if I do the fierce one, can you walk forward a little bit and try to get mid-screen?
Sure.
It'll push it back a lot. And this is an important one for Ryu to know how to control space and put Honda at that perfect positioning that you want. But also, it helps Honda know which fireball he's using. So, although you can't see the fireball and what speed it is, you'll know what speed it is by just blocking it and see how far you can push back. So that's one important rule. The second one is to know that in any fighting game, the rule is you can only have one fireball on the screen at a time.
Yes.
So if I throw a fireball and you jump over it, I can't throw another fireball until the first one disappears. Either it goes off the screen or it hits you. So when you're able to do that, can you pick Honda again, I guess? Oh, sorry.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I mean, it depends how Chun-Li uses the fireball. Of course, but if I throw the fireball out there, I cannot throw another one, see? There's nothing I can do about it. So what typical Honda players do is that if I throw a slow fireball, they'll just like neutral jump over it, right? And from there I can't throw another fireball. So in that brief few seconds, Honda has an opportunity where he knows I can't throw a fireball. So you can start doing the attack.
As you can see, I didn't just do a regular neutral jump. I actually used neutral jump first to move my trajectory over the fireball.
Right.
So it helps in a way so that if you're neutral jumping, you see a fireball coming, you can use that to jump over. And there you go. You're one step closer to getting inside and setting up your mix-up.
Right. It's just one small thing that you can learn how to do, but I mean, it takes away the opportunity for Ryu to throw a fireball for those few seconds, and that makes it very important for you to be able to attack. You know, use hands, do headbutts, do whatever you gotta do to get in.
Yes.
And all right, we'll cover that much. Next, I want to go into kind of counter hitting. you know what I'm talking about when I say counter hitting? Like kind of attacking the space in front of a fireball character, so that if they do a fireball, it'll stuff it clean.
Yes.
You can know this with Cammy, I assume.
Yes, Cammy, that's very important in the Ken matchup, as you do want Ken trying to establish any space in that match.
All right, so we'll try Ken versus Cammy, I guess, to show it off better.
2 and 4. Oh, 1 and 3. All right then.
Okay, so I'm going to pick Cammy, and he's going to pick Ken. And what you want to do in this matchup is you want to close the gap as soon as possible. So what I mean by close the gap is you're going to be taking advantage of Cammy's walk speed. As you see, her walk speed is actually pretty fast. And one thing I like to do in this matchup is her low forward. As you can see, the hitbox is actually really good on this move. So when you're close to Ken, he doesn't really have a poke that kind of counters it. He kind of has to, you know, try to do a DP and hope that he tags it. So Cammy has a counter for that. So say you do a DP, you try to punish that, I can do a stand forward for the punish. And not just that, but I can also, you know, get a knockdown with sweep.
Right.
So if you do a DP, I can get a sweep, and I'm closer, right? So I can start pestering him more with low forward. So as you can see, Cammy's trying to bulldog her way in, just like Honda is when it comes to fireballs. You can bulldog your way in. She has a fast enough wall speed to close the gap. And as you can see, I'm gonna get in close, which means I'm able to do, you know, the low forward pressure. And then it's hard for Ken to kind of deal with it. So as you can see, I can still hit him as he does the fireball. And then if I get Ken in the corner, it's kind of hard for him to get out of it. So I can do this all day, and you know, it's hard for him to, you know,
to kind of fight back. Right. I mean, a big part of the gameplay is that as a non-fireball character trying to fight someone like Ken,
right,
pushing them in the corners is big for you. You know, it gives you great positioning. And when I'm in the corner, you know, I can't move back anymore, so it makes it very hard for me to kind of move around. What
Kens like to do sometimes is if they can't get a DP, they try to jump. And as you can see, like, trying to jump, she has a good DP. So her DP actually has a really good angle horizontally, and I can go up pretty high. So I can catch jumps really well with that, and it forces him to play the ground game, which Cammy actually beats him in.
Yeah, I mean, really the key is to neutralize the fireball game. Kind of take it out of their gameplay, so to speak.
And for any Cammy players having trouble, she actually has 2 moves to get around fireballs. And I will show those right now.
I hate that trick. I mean, every character has their own little trick to get around fireballs, but Cammy's is pretty unique.
In this match, Ken will be throwing fireballs. One trick you can use is the spinning back fist, which is forward half circle forward punch. So as you can see, I just did the forward half circle punch, and I can use the jab invincibility to go through the fireball, as you can see. That's one way for me to get in. Another way for me to get in is to use the hooligan, which is the... Let me see.
You got the hooligan, didn't you?
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
You're playing too much Street Fighter 4.
There you go. Okay, so I can do 180 and I go over the fireball if I time it correctly. So there you go. I get over the fireball, and I can either choose to grab him, or I can slide him and get a knockdown and get closer to him.
Pretty evil trick. What I see guys like James Chen doing is that they do the jab hooligan.
Now the reason they do jab hooligan, as I can show right now, is they slowly can go over the fireball and build beater, and then they're a little bit closer. They're not too, you know, risky when it comes to whipping a slider or something, and they can't whip punish it. You don't want that happening. So you want to kind of slowly sneak your way in. And that's what Cammys will use the jab hooligan for, but the timing's pretty tight, as you can see. So Ken can try to bait it out, and you have to be really smart about how you use your hooligans and how you use the spinning back fist, as both of these tools can go through fireballs.
Right.
So that's your goal in this matchup, is to use those tools wisely and to try to bulldog Ken in the corner, because she has really fast walk speed. And her low forward is actually a really good tool in this matchup, and so is stand forward, as it can whip punish the DPs. And she actually has a really good jump roundhouse. Traditionally, Cammy always has a good jump roundhouse usually. So that's another way to get in. And you can do, like, you know, a low forward drill if you get a good read on Ken. And then you can use well-spaced drills as well, and I can go to that right now.
Yeah. I mean, that goes to kind of the whole point of counter hitting, you know, hitting Ken before the fireball even comes out.
Exactly.
Because if you guys don't know, Ryu and Ken, when they throw a fireball, they actually extend their hurt box a little bit forward, both on their hands and on their feet. You want to pick Cammy again?
Sure.
And this doesn't apply just to Cammy, it applies to everyone. They usually have a move that's very quick, very safe, and you kind of throw it out there, control space.
So I can space my drill like really well, and it's hard for Ken to, you know, try to punish it. And usually what they do is they'll throw a fireball and, you know, try to knock you down. If I use well-spaced drills, it's hard for Ken to really do anything about it. So, as you can see, I'm using my basic normals. And another thing is I can super throw a fireball. So, that's another way Cammy can get around fireballs. As you can see, okay, I'll just build it again. That's okay, it's okay.
I didn't get it. He goes to fireballs.
Yeah, so Cammy has a super that is an anti-fireball. So if I'm poking an opponent and they're using fireball in between it like a block string or such, if I have a super, I can blow through it. So I'm going to try to build some meter right now for the super. Let me see. Should I build me some quick meter?
I'll let you know.
Okay, cool.
For the sake of the tutorial.
Okay. So I have super right now. So throw fireball. As you can see, I just did a super through the fireball. That helped her get in. Now she has super. The Ken player or anybody with a fireball has to be pretty cautious about their next movement. It's in regards to like trying to zone out the opponent, because that automatically gets me in and allows me to set up, you know, either counter hit options or a knockdown with a counter hit sweep, or, you know, hooligan setups or pokes in general. Like there's a lot of things you can work with for Cammy. So you have to be on point when it comes to zoning a character, and like most of the casters you can see later has ways around fireballs, which we'll show.
Yeah, Cammy has a lot of good tools, to be
Yes.
honest. I mean, she does have trouble getting zoned out by a lot of characters.
Right.
But, I mean, because she has no, like, one single, like, overpowerful tactic that she can use. She has several tools that she can use. And a good Cammy player will know how to use all three, or all, you know, all of them to get around fireballs. But yeah, in terms of the super, not only is it good for going through fireballs, but it also makes the other players scared to throw a fireball, which is huge.
Right.
It's a huge psychological factor to have going in. And of course, not every character has like a really good super like Cammy's to go through. But Balrog is a notable example. Cammy.
Yeah, when you have a character and you know how to correctly scare the opponent into not throwing a fireball, you've already established half of the game right there. If you can somewhat convince the opponent to not throw a fireball, you can close the gap pretty quickly and they'll walk themselves into the corner. And from there, their options kind of, you know, lessen. So they won't be able to use like their mid-screen options like, you know, full screen zoning. They'll be close enough, you know, if they throw like a predictable fireball pattern, you get a free jump, because it's easy to kind of, you know, react to when they're zoning if you're close enough.
Yeah, perfectly. Yeah,
Exactly.
Well said. Well said. Well said. Yeah, so, I mean, basically what I want you guys to take away from this is that there's no single way to get around a fireball. There's no magic technique or trick that I can show you today.
There's a lot of mind games to it.
Yeah, a lot of it is learning kind of what kind of tools your character has and utilizing it to get around the fireball game. And they all have it. It's all very difficult. You want to show off blocking?
Sure.
Alright, I'll use Cammy.
Oh, did somebody ask about Dictator? Okay. Dictator versus fireballs. We can do that.
Well, if we want, we can have our Dictator player here, Muffin Man, help on if you like.
Now, Dictator also has something that's good. Is he has a... Okay, so I'll explain. Dictator has a super that is about 3/4 of the screen, and it's really good against fireballs. So, say you have an Sagat or a Ryu player zoning him. If he doesn't have meter, it's kind of hard for him to get around it, and he'll have to try to build meter as fast as possible. And it's either that or he uses his fast walk speed to bully the opponent in the corner and set up the good like roundhouse for whip punishing or just pokes in general. You want to kind of annoy the opponent with pokes. And it's okay to take a trade here and there, especially if you're close to getting a stun.
Yeah.
Because Dictator's touch death combos are actually like really good, and he has ambiguous cross-ups. So if you get a knockdown, it can be very hard for the opponent to guess right on the wake up.
Yeah, he's right. Dictator? I mean, a lot of it is learning how to use his ground game, because Dictator has very good walk speed and very good high pokes.
Yes.
He has very good, standing medium kick, standing roundhouse, stuff like that.
He also has a good jumping strong, just in case you try to jump on him, you know. Good anti-air.
Yeah, but that's really all he has. You know,
Yeah,
in certain
true.
matchups.
That's true.
Muffin Man, would you like to showcase some of your Dictator? Alright, Hugo101, thank you for showing us some basics on using Cammy, Honda, other characters. So now we're going to have Muffin Man hop on and show us how Dictator handles the zoning game. Hi!
Hey guys! Oh, hello.
We got you.
You can hear me? Alright. Dictator, where's my Negro color? Yes, there we go.
Thanks for saying PC on that one.
Oh yes, no problem. So
There we go.
yeah, like
So what tools does Dictator have?
when it comes to beating fireballs, the one thing you want to do is recognize that your poke. Hold on, don't do anything for a second. So everybody's poke has a maximum range. This is how Dictator works. There's a maximum range for every button he has. As you can see right now, it's not hitting Ryu. But the thing is, if Ryu presses a button, he pushes himself into that range without you having to even move. So when you want to stop fireballs with Dictator, you're basically moving into a range that looks safe and allowing Ryu to hit your leg with his own hands, trying to throw a fireball. And that slowly moves him into the corner. It, adds up in terms of damage and stun, and it just brings you closer to winning the match. You also have the option of using his head stomp, which I couldn't do for some reason and still can't do, which basically punishes the fireball. So depending on your style of play, you can...
And the range too, because if you're the wrong range, then you're the fireball.
But you can choose. It's what determines the style of Dictator you have, because you can jump in at him and show that you're willing to take a risk, or you can walk in the range and kick his fireballs as much as possible to show kind of like you're an aggressive ground-based player, or you can head stomp and just stop him from throwing fireballs altogether. But that puts him in reaction mode, which could be bad for Dictator. So there are a lot of options. I mean, Dictator is very versatile. He's got air control, so being able to stop fireballs is a good idea, but it's not exactly integral in winning the match, because you have options to shut down that style of gameplay altogether, which forces them to change their style and forces you to adapt. But as a character, he's very good at discouraging fireball usage in the right situation. We have El Trouble trying to play. Oh no!
Am I?
Oh, that lag, son! Ah!
I was an uppercut and you know it. But yeah, Dictator has a few tools, mainly very aggressive tools to counteract the fireball game.
I mean, when you look at it from an option standpoint, he can jump, he can stand forward / stand roundhouse, and he can head stomp, or he can use double reverse to build super without getting hit by fireballs, except in that situation. Or he can just cycle Crusher across the screen when he predicts one. You have a lot of options actually when you break it down. It's just which ones are effective depending on the type of player you're playing. So don't feel bogged down because you hear Hadouken, because you have the options and the tools to stop it. See? Bullshit.
Also,
Mexican uppercut.
another thing is that you're eventually going to get super in this matchup. One super can change the whole match in general.
That's ST, man.
Yeah, they can throw
super's
one
all
bad
takes.
fireball and you're back in it. So don't get discouraged when you play Dictator. His super can make the difference against fireball characters, especially Sagat. And then remember, against Sagat, you can also slide the high tiger shots. That's another way around fireballs.
Yeah.
So you have stuff to work with, but you gotta be really good at applying the tools.
No!
Woo! Got him. It's irritating. It's really irritating. Yeah.
Walk
That's a big
speed.
part of it, yeah.
Walk speed is a big deal in terms of dealing with fireballs.
Yes.
Because if you have weak walk speed, you have to be able to use your normals really well. Like so.
How fast they walk, your character.
Your ability. Yeah, every character has different walk speed.
Like you play Vega, right? Vega's very quick. He moves. That guy moves.
And
but
his jump
Honda
is like
just
that.
kind of waddles around and every character has different walk speed.
Like Vega's another good example of bulldogging fireball characters, because
he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, his
man.
normals.
Vega is designed to beat fireballs.
At the start of the round, he has the advantage in terms of that. He can just stop it all easily.
And he has a fast jump, so you can kind of discourage the solo player really quick with this character.
Yeah, it's like perfect. It's like his jump is very quick, it's very vertical. It's designed to go around fireballs. It really is.
And a solo player is going to be most worried about the knockdown in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have a lot of things going for you already, like mentally. So you have a lot to work with.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Vega has an easier time than most.
Yes.
Like, Honda has very limited tools in certain matchups, whereas Vega, I feel like, he has a lot of tools, man. And that's largely why he's such a good character in this game.
But even though Honda has limited tools, in higher levels, like Kusumondo is able to overcome it.
Oh, of course, of course. I mean,
So,
it's all about, like, how much time you put into your character.
right, agree.
Kusumondo has put a lot of time into his character, man. Years. Not lying, literally years. Decades, if you're even. Hit you.
Nice blocks. Damn.
Dude, even a slide I can't uppercut.
Get out of here.
Get it. What? Watch this. Do it. Do it.
Oh! Right when I move into the proper range.
Sorry guys. I'm back. I'm back doing the show. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions about how to counter the fireballs, feel free to ask. I mean, it's kind of an in-depth subject, and a lot of it is character specific, but
Yes.
hopefully the basics we show you today kind of give you ideas about how to fight guys like Ryu, Ken, Guile, Sagat, etc., etc., etc.
In this, some
Do you want to do Boxer? Okay, we do Boxer. Okay, sure.
now, like in T-Hawk's case, he has a tool that's built for getting around that sort of thing, which is his Hawk Dive. He also has Stand Strong, which beats the hands of the fireball. Stand Forward, which kind of has the same properties.
Oh, you're gonna do it.
Uppercut.
God.
Really? Get out of here.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to style.
Our
I'm trying to style.
best 4 characters, I think that'll differ vastly between the 3 of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
More or
it
less.
will.
best 4?
Yeah.
No order. Best 4.
No order?
No order.
I don't know about that. That was hot.
Character's hot.
I guess you could do it that way. I mean,
Okay,
if
okay.
the best, if you were to do, you know,
Let's
if you were to
walk
base
Balrog
it
versus
entirely
Ryu, shall we?
on, you know, stats,
Yeah, if two computers were playing each other and they had both the exact same set of rules, like
Then-
who would win?
the best characters would most likely be Old Sagat, Vega, as in Claw, Dalsim,
I don't
and
think
Boxer.
Osaga is not the best, though. One of the best, yeah.
One of the 4, top 4 at least.
Dalsum, Vega, Balrog. I think Chun's up there.
Yeah, that's actually my list.
Chun has weak matchups though. The matchups that Sagat beats, she loses.
I guess, but I mean, Osaga has pretty bad matchups too. Dictator, Claw,
It's not a bad match.
Dalsum.
Dictator's not a bad
Fine,
matchup.
even at best. It's not 6'4" Dictator. Back on topic. No. Sorry, guys.
Personally,
It's alright.
I think it's a lot different than that though.
Okay, fine, but no doubt, Dalsum, Vega, Balrog in top 3 easily.
Yes.
Or top 4, whatever.
Dalsim for sure.
Dawson's a very versatile character, both offensive and defensive.
Dalsum's good because he controls space very well. Like, his limbs have a lot of good range and priority. He has a lot of good anti-air options, so as long as he's on his feet, he's one of the best characters in the game, if not the best character in the game. No, I don't want this. Okay. So now we'll bring back Hugo101, who is an extremely good boxer player.
Yeah.
And we'll show you how Balrog gets around the fireball. Balrog has an easier time, in my opinion, because he has a head.
Yeah, he has multiple ways to get around fireballs. So he doesn't have to worry about fireballs, really.
Yo, Hugo, let's rap over this beat.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with one of his tools that they can use to build meter and effectively get around fireballs, and one of them is the jab and headbutt. As you can see, it has invincibility, and this will actually help me build super, which is also another anti-fireball super, just like Cammy. So I'll get into that in a bit. But there's multiple things you can do with this. And if you're having problems like, you know, figuring out what to do next, what you can actually do is you can actually do the headbutt, and you can do it with an up-back motion. This allows you to store your charge. So if you do it with the up-back motion for the headbutt, you can actually do down forward and do a low rush after, or you can do another rush punch like the short upper. So I'll do a jab headbutt to get around, and I'll do a short upper, and I'm already close to Ryu. Or you do jab headbutt, and then you can do a super to go through the fireball. So yeah, his super is actually one of the best in the game. You know, you can combo into it, and on top of that, you can go through fireballs. It allows you to close the gap really easily. It covers more than half the screen. And you know, you can do low rush, close the gap really easily. You can do stand fierce to trade with fireballs, and that adds the stun. Another tool that he has is he can actually do neutral jump fierce, just like E Honda. As you can see, E Honda goes over fireballs. I'll try to push him back. Okay, so I'll do neutral jump fierce to go over fireballs. His neutral jump fierce actually covers a good portion of the screen. It's one of the tools you use, like if you're, you know, finding a way around there and you don't have charge. If you don't have charge, why not? You know, you get closer and then you can, you know, mix up Ryu. Let's see. The thing about Balrog is he builds super meter extremely fast. And when he builds super meter extremely fast, it adds more to the metagame. They'll go, okay, I have to either take the tick throw, or, you know, I take a confirm into super, or, you know, I can't throw a fireball here because maybe the super goes through it. And these things at high level can, you know, really easily scare the opponent. It's one of the reasons why Boxer is top tier.
He has so many tools for the situation.
So his low rush is actually really good, and another thing is he can use the jab dash punch to punish DPs really easily. And as you can see, when I punish the jab DP...
Oh, jab DP.
Yeah, jab DP. Okay, again? Okay, so I punished the jab DP, and you saw how much he recovered as he was knocked down. So I can easily close the gap, and look, I'm close enough to start take throws. Or, you know, I can do a one-back sweep. And, you know, there's so much to the mix-up that I can apply as soon as I knock down Ryu in this matchup. And the same applies to Ken. And on top of the fact that he can get around fireballs pretty easily, he actually has really good normals. So if someone tried to jump on me, I can use crouch fierce. I can use the jab headbutt that also goes through fireballs to knock them down and close the gap. So there's a lot with Balrog that you can work with.
Yeah, too many things. I mean, the best part is his jab headbutt goes through fireballs. But not only that, it's safe.
Yes.
Like, you're nowhere near the opponent. You're building meter and you're just chilling out.
And another safe option for anti-airs is a short rush upper. If they jump on you, you can actually do that to, you know, cover the distance. And at the same time, he recovers really fast during it. So, you know, you build the meter and at the same time, recover it really fast. Look, I blocked the fireball, right? And I also used the fierce headbutt to go through the fireball. So that built me meter and got me in really fast. And now, you know, I can do whatever. I can get close enough. As you see, the super goes through the fireball. So I can actually choose to mix them up, or I can do jab headbutt and I'm safe. So, you know, there's a lot you can do with this character. So, yeah, as you can see, another thing is if I'm doing a back strong as a grab attempt, if someone's close to me, if they choose to jump, it actually turns into an anti-air strong. So, this character is really good, as you can see.
It's too good. That's what he is. I hate this character.
So as you can see, I'm like applying standard rushdown. And the Ryu player, as you can see, is already cornered, and it's already hard for him to get out of it. And he'll be forced to jump sooner or later, or, you know, take a risky option. And it doesn't really help that much against Balrog.
Yeah, that's really tough.
So the Ryu player has to be on point with their zoning, and they have to apply the fireballs in an unpredictable manner.
I'll let my buddy Muffin Man hop on.
Okay.
Address one issue. Since we have... Hello, Hugo.
Hello. How are you doing?
Not too bad. To make sure we can address all the fireball problems that Balrog can run into.
Okay.
And why this match isn't as bad as people might think.
Okay, so you're starting off with low fireballs. Okay, so against low fireballs, I can use the jab headbutt as usual to get over it. I can also use neutral jump fierce. I can get over it, and, you know, I'm already in. I can start my pressure. Do high tiger shots. Another thing I can do is I can actually try to low rush build some meter and recover before the fireball reaches. And if I'm close enough, I can actually sweep. The sweep goes right under, so if I can apply that correctly, I'll get a knockdown. But then the hitbox is like really good, so
trying to fireball him like that.
Yeah, as you can see, I went under. So if I'm close enough and they do a high tiger shot, I can go under with a sweep. So it's not just that, but I can do a low rush. The low rush goes under the high tiger shot. And yeah, you have to do it perfectly though. You can't time it wrong, but if you hit him as he's recovering from his fireball, you already closed the gap, and that's so much helpful to get in on Sagat. Sagat has trouble, you know, keeping an opponent off him once he's in. And Boxer's really good at pinpointing his target, cornering them, and then, you know, applying pressure with take throws and jab headbutt to beat their reversal, as his jab headbutt has a lot of priority.
Now we'll do John Choi versus Afro Legends 25th
Oh my gosh.
anniversary beatdown.
Okay, let's see. So, okay, Guile. So, the thing about this match with Balrog, to get around his fireballs, you know, you can apply jab headbutt. Most of the time, the jab headbutt from Balrog to build meter and to get around fireballs is universal. It works on most of the characters. And low rush is actually really good in this match. So, you can tag a lot of his limbs with low short. I mean, not low short, but low rush. So, I can get in that way and knock him down. Yeah, but I'm not spacing it correctly. My bad. So as you can see, I can get in with low rush and I can apply pressure. So I can mix it with that, and then I can mix it with the roundhouse. So I'm already close enough. I can do a tick throw or whatever. Oh, fuck. But if I mix up my options correctly, it's kind of hard for Gao to be able to fight that. And another thing that Balrog has in this matchup is he can use low forward. His low forward is actually really good at tagging Gao's normals. Specifically the low forward. As you can see, I am close enough, and I don't have to be up close in his face, but the crouch forward has such a good hitbox that I'm able to tag it if I do it correctly. So, there you go. And it's not, you know, a bad thing to try to go for a trade because you get a low rush after anyways. So, and another thing that Balrog has in this matchup, and he can apply this to Chun-Li as well. So if you're a boxer player and you want to know, you know, how I can stun an opponent if they're close to stun, you can use Stand Fierce to trade with Fireball. So you saw how the reach was really good. So if they throw a Sonic Boom, if they're close to stunning, you do a Stand Fierce. That's a combo into, you know, low rush, whatever. And he has really good punishes. So already close to the opponent, you can set up the tick throw.
Yeah, Gao versus Balrog, it's a bit different because Gao has to poke a bit more, and Balrog can't just run through all his fireballs. He has to wait a lot more, but
yes,
he can still apply a lot of pressure because of the reach of his normals and the priority of his normals.
And another thing is, like, usually when you play Balrog, you have to be aware of your super meter. He's gonna build it really fast, so there's a lot of applications you can use with it. So, you know.
And the same principle applies to the Dalsim match too, because Dalsim's fireball is very powerful, but at the same time, Balrog can tag him.
Right.
You know.
So yeah, I can use Stand Fierce to go through. And another thing in this matchup that I can also apply is a turnaround punch. I can actually store a turnaround punch longer than I can against most characters in this match. Because the hitbox in his Yoga Flame is like, it's okay. So if I do a turnaround punch, I won't really get knocked down, but I'll be able to trade. And if I charge the high enough number, the damage dealt to Dalsim will be a lot. So that's really helpful in this matchup if you need to get in, because the higher the turnaround punch is, the farther you go and the more damage you deal. So it's one thing to keep in mind, you know, when you're playing this matchup. And Stand Fierce is also really good against most characters that don't have a fireball to knock you down. You should use Stand Fierce. So, you know, you add stun and then you can do like a low rush and apply some pressure. In this matchup, another good thing is the low rush into the headbutt. As you see, I covered like about half the screen and I'm already close to Dalsim, correct? So I can apply pressure now. But you don't want to get too happy on the tick throws on Dalsim unless you know like exactly what they're looking for, because his crouch short is actually, his crouching normals are actually good enough to hit you out of it. So yeah, so as you can see, his low normals are hitting me out of the rushes.
So, I mean, essentially, Balrog has the tools to deal with most fireball characters, but, you know, depending on the matchup, he has to take it, you know, a different way.
Yeah.
In this case, he likes to trade for damage with Dalsim because at full screen, Dalsim has an advantage, naturally, as he does in most matches, but once Balrog gets in, it's pretty much game over, as long as, you know, Balrog has the aggressive advantage. So, you know, it's just you play your character, you play the matchups, you understand the ranges, and then you apply that to the fireball game. and see what you can stop and, you know, how your opponent reacts to it, you know? Does your opponent stop throwing fireballs? Does your opponent, you know, go in and start throwing more fireballs? And then you use that to your advantage.
Right. Or for projectile, you want to frustrate the opponent into believing that they can punish a certain version of the projectile. You use at the correct distance. So in turn, it causes them to make mistakes that you can easily whiff punish. And it really helps when it comes to spacing to have a projectile being at the right distance. Like, as a Ryu player, you might want to be full screen against certain characters, like E Honda. You don't want them getting in. And certain characters, you might want to apply pressure with, like, you know, up close fireball pressure. So, again, this is another character where I can use jab headbutt, but you have to be careful here because if DJ's close enough, he can actually slide me to punish my headbutt attempts to go through a fireball. And his fireball actually has a pretty fat hitbox. Now, as you can see, Balrog Super usually punishes most of the fireballs from characters, but it also has more applications, as if DJ does a block super, you can actually super punish that on block. And it's a really good whiff punisher as well. So if you have good reactions, you can whiff punish with that super as well.
Build super and show them how to punish the super.
Okay, I'm going to build meter right quick, and I'm going to show you guys how I can punish. Let's see. Let me build meter right quick. Okay. So, super? Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so he'll be meter, and...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay?
It's close, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's been a while.
13 seconds, oh my god. Ah, I messed
You
up
messed
the
up.
charge. Blowing it. We're scrubs. Total scrubs.
It's okay.
Hey, fun facts.
See.
Let's show them how you can uppercut through Balrog stuff. Like the, you know, the quarter one. The one where it's,
Okay.
and you can do whatever you want. You know the difference.
You talking about the headbutt cross-up?
No, when you Balrog does super and you can grab him out of it or punch him out of it. You know?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, are you going to do this as DJ, or?
Yeah, I'll do this.
Okay, sure.
I'll just grab.
So, there's a thing about Boxer Super where it has a gap in between it, and you're able to either punish with a DP or you can punish with a throw if you know the timing. So, there is a weak point to his super if you're aware of it, and we will show that right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have a pretty good...
That machine gun is a beast. I think it's right about here.
right here?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I'll just build meter. It's no problem. We'll get it.
I like it, man. Yeah, DJ versus Boxer is not necessarily bad for DJ. I mean, the way matchups work, it's not so much, you know, oh, it's awful for one character or another. It's more like, you know, what position are you in and how are you handling it, you know? If you know how to handle a position where you're on the defensive against Boxer's crazy rushdown, and you can call the things that they're going to do, it's not necessarily a bad match. It's just a matter of you accounting for what's going on. I mean, it's most evident in closer matches, like 6-4s, 5-5s, and this is a good example. Day, what up, nigga? Welcome to the stream. Sorry.
Let's see. Try to build some meter real quick. Okay. So, right here?
I believe it's back here.
Okay, so I'm going to do a low rush into super.
All right, well, there you
This
go,
is
yeah.
also another good way to get around fireballs, and I'll show why. So you can do a low rush and store the charge in order to do super, and this can help you cover more of the screen. So say if you're in a certain position, you do a super and it doesn't reach. You can use a rush and then cancel into super to do it. So what you can do during Balrog's rushes is, during his charge, you can hold down back. So you can hold down back and you'll already be storing another charge in between it. So if you can do the super motion, you know, you just do the super motion with a back forward punch instead of the full motion, because the first charge is already doing the first part of it. So we're gonna try to get this super figured out right now.
Let's see. I'll pick somebody else like Ryu or Ken.
What does it work best with?
Well, the thing
Beef,
is,
right?
it's just like the range, you know.
Okay.
So you have to. I have to be in the corner already, and you have to do it at the max range of the first hit.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed that.
Come on, Hurricane King. There we go.
Okay, I'll try to build the meter again. Let's do this. Build that meter.
Try like from where the guy is choking the chicken.
Okay, that's like right there.
Yeah,
so.
that's perfect. Yeah, that was that. If you saw how on the second hit, the Balrog took a bit longer to get to the opponent, that opening is actually punishable by every character in the game. Most characters could just throw it. Some could just jab them out of it. Right now, I'll show you a throw. If I can throw it off.
There you go. So there's a gap in between my super. So if misspace, you know, sometimes even if I do it perfectly, sometimes it has a gap when someone blocks it, and they can either do a reversal or they can throw me, as you can see.
Yeah, and you can basically punish with whatever you want. It's kind of cool. But there's also another one which I love so much, with the one where you hit before the last hit.
Oh, I see.
And it's sort of the opposite of this one, because one you have where Balrog hits at max range. This one is actually when Balrog hits at point blank range, and we'll show you that right now. It actually requires an invincible reversal though, so no throws. You have to actually do an uppercut or some sort of reversal. So be right in my face and do the super effect. Ah! It's hard to do.
Okay, right. I don't think I'm close enough. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna build a meter right quick.
What? What'd you guys say? Oh.
Okay, so it's gonna be close enough.
Yeah.
This is fine. Maybe the corner?
No, it'll work here. It's mid-screen. It's just hard to do, that's all. Grinding.
Dhalsim can do back, down back forward, right?
Does that punish?
I'm pretty sure you can actually hit him out of it when you do down back forward.
Oh, now's a good time to try it. Well, let's finish this and then we'll try with Dhalsim.
Okay.
Sorry, I may or may not get this. The timing's pretty hard.
And I'm pretty sure Dhalsim can also throw just as you saw from earlier. Okay, so let's try to build meter again. Okay, I think, yeah, I built it. So close. Okay.
I can't do it. Yeah, keep trying until time runs out, but...
You sure you don't want to just use Dhalsim and figure it out from there?
Well, yeah, well, once this match is over.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Alright, one more try, guys.
So we're gonna do this again. Let's do this.
Ah! Shut up! It's not random, motherfucker. So he's gonna show how ignorant he is right now.
I'm not ignorant. It is random whether or not Balrog super glitches out or not.
It's not a glitch.
That hurt, man.
If you do it at point blank range, he pushes you back 1, 2, 3. And the fourth one, he pushes you back too far, and it takes too long. You have to wait till the last second uppercut.
It's the way he's doing it too far away. Every now and then, it glitches out and it pauses in between hits. And then you super it.
So anyway, Dhalsim.
I've seen, okay, so I played against multiple Dhalsims. They've been able to crouch forward me out of it, down back forward. And I'm pretty sure you can throw as well.
Out the super?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't pause in it, yeah. I mean, you basically hold down back and mash crouch forward.
Yeah.
And it'll come out.
See what happens.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Dhalsim versus Boxer is not an easy matchup, but you have to be on point with your spacing and frustrate him.
So just hold down back after you do the super.
Okay.
Nice.
You cannot
No, you have to do it in between.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about in between?
Only in
Yes,
between.
No, not a punish, not a punish. No, in between you have to hit.
You cannot punish it. But the thing is, you can punish Balrog's jab headbutt because Dhalsim can actually punish that. He's one of the few characters who can punish it.
Are you talking about when he does the one that's in the corner and he hits the max range, he goes, whoa, like that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Back up. Yeah, there you go.
There.
The fucking time.
Oh. Oh, how did you miss that? Yeah, so if you guys didn't notice, Balrog had a lengthy delay on that after that second punch where you're able to do anything you want.
What Narcosian is asking is if he can punish Balrog after the super, right? Is that what you're asking, Narcosian?
He can't.
You cannot.
If Balrog does a super and he finishes it, there's no way to punish that.
Just block it.
It's safe. So
You want to try? I'll try to throw you, and then we'll see if you just uppercut me.
Between you can use a down, back, low, forward.
Yeah.
And you can also throw him.
Come this way.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can only throw him if he's like point blank right next to you.
That's true.
Delay happens.
So down, back, low, forward is the better option.
Back
Yeah.
up. Back up more. Back up.
Narcosian, just hold down back when you block the super and just mash it like that.
You can use the normal to hit me out of it if you're at the right spacing.
You just mash it out. Use two fingers and double tap the living hell out of crouch forward.
Yeah.
Critically though, you can punish Balrog jab headbutt. Usually Balrog likes to do jab headbutt to kind of bait out attacks, but Balrog can actually, Dalsum can punish it with crouch forward. Crouch medium kick. Down back medium kick. It's a 2-frame startup. It's one of the fastest moves in the game. But yeah, as a Dalsum player, the key to the matchup is the beginning of the round. That's really crucial. Once you push Balrog away, then the match becomes so much easier to handle. But
in this matchup, your goal is to not be predictable with a fireball, as I can charge my tap to a level 4 or level 5. And if you get hit by a level 4 or level 5 turnaround punch, that is not good for you at all, because I will close the gap insanely fast.
yeah, that's damage.
And I will either get a take throw or get a headbutt, which knocks you down. And it's not favorable at all once you get knocked down by Balrog. So, something to keep in mind.
Salty can ask if Dictator can crouch.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. With Cammy, I can do a low forward into the drill.
Very nice.
It's actually, you could do some incredible damage if Balrog messes up that range.
It helps a lot if you're able, if you play Balrog, because you'll know where he messes up in between the gap during his super. You'll be able to punish it.
That would mean that Fei Long could do stand fierce in the reckless.
Maybe.
If you can get, if you can
I'm
get
thinking,
close fierce.
I'm thinking cross jab reckless.
That'd be interesting.
So yeah, do something safe.
Okay, which? Oh yeah. So
let's not have an experiment with.
I don't know if you know the Cammy match is Dalsum, but there's a tool that's really good in this matchup for Cammy, and it's Jump Strong.
That's a good tool in any matchup for Cammy.
If Dalsum gets predictable with his limbs, just do like, you know, limbs in general, I can use Jump Strong to get in. And since he has a fat hitbox, her best combos work on him. You can mash the.
You can mash it.
You can mash it. You can mash it.
Yeah.
It's not forward. I wouldn't try to throw. That's risky.
I mean,
throwing Balrog out is super scary.
Basically, as soon as you see Balrog go, ooh, and he drags it on, just hit whatever button you want, and it'll always be timed perfectly. You jump strong, man?
Yeah, Jump Strong. That doesn't always work. I can use a correctly timed Jump Strong, and then I can beat that.
Of course.
And then most of your normals in general is Dalsum. If you're not cautious, I can get around it. So.
This shit is sick. Down back roundhouse, stand fierce.
Yeah.
Let's
then
go,
I can just close the gap easily, you know.
Well, so do you guys have any more thoughts on how to counter the fireballs, or are you done for the day?
I'm sure Karopi needs help with that. Just saying, buddy. Bye. Really?
Sorry, Karopi, if you're listening. I can't control the ignorancy going on.
Wow.
My show's been hijacked.
Yeah.
Hijacked! What are you doing, you fraud?
Oh.
Alright, I do believe the show is concluding. These guys are messing around now, guys.
Yeah, now it's just fun.
Okay, sure. So yeah, this will be the conclusion of today's show. So
we will now play matches.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Next week should be. What do you think? What show should I do next week, Daryl? What do you think? Cover more defense?
How not to use fireballs. How to fight. Well, did you cover the ground game?
Basically for 20 space, but I was thinking like the footsies chapter for like later on. That's kind of advanced and complex without knowing all the other basics.
How about the purpose of combos and all that and the uses?
Combos? A little exciting. Interesting. You know what, we've been doing a lot of defense lately. I think offense will be a good change of pace. Alright guys, so next week, episode 5, we'll cover combos. Not just combos, but like differences between like a cancel, a link, how combos work, why they work, and hopefully that should give you guys a better idea of how to use your normal moves and cancel the special moves, etc., etc. It's all very helpful.
I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so we won't go through every combo of the game, but we'll show you how combos work and why they work.
Yo, say goodnight to Chun.
Why they are important. Why they
And
are
later on, I'll explain more Cammy to you guys so you can get a better understanding of how Cammy works.
Yeah. And later on, we're gonna do like a very intensive Cammy tutorial for you guys, and obviously you guys can't tell, Hugo knows his Cammy stuff. So, guys, tune in next week.
I can
Thanks
teach you
for
guys
tuning
Cammy.
in. We'll show you guys combos next time. Later.